Hi guys, Artiar here. So for this video, we'll be taking a look at patch 3.4.2 patch notes. So let's take a look. I will go through every Esper as well, so feel free to use the timestamp to go to the path that you want to listen. Okay, first one, Yuran, which is Bai Ze. It's a flow Esper, it's a controller. He can inflict sleep on enemy to make his ally deal extra damage to the target with sleep. So just by looking at this kit, Bai Ze is definitely for the Probator, the one in Falsetto Fantasy, the one that we need Sleep Esper to deal more damage to the boss, and we are lacking of a good Sleep Esper for DPS wise, and Bai Ze is definitely Yuran is definitely here for the slot. So S1 deal deal damage to one enemy multiple times based on attack, and then inflict sleep. Then calls in one random ally to perform an assist attack. This technically is the better allies, and also the same thing as Champion, that we can perform assist attacks. So I would say that in PvE, Bai Ze will definitely have his own slot, his own position that cannot be replaced, since he can inflict sleep and also call in ally to assist. It's like Alice and Champion as well. But Alice is RNG, Champion is a shimmer. Okay, then for S2, deal damage to one enemy multiple times, so it's a multi-hit Esper based on attack, and then inflicts sleep as well. Then grants everyone attack up and evil cleansing. So evil cleansing is the main thing for Yuran. Okay, so evil cleansing amplify damage when attacking a target with sleep. So you can, with him, technically you can boost your whole team damage because of this evil cleansing buff to make them deal a lot more damage to the Esper that is already on sleep. Especially in Probator. Probator is on sleep mode, right? And then you can amplify the damage even further to make them deal more damage. So this amplified damage is either like 50% increase or maybe even 100% increase. Who knows? But we're gonna see at the PTR server for this one. Then for S3, deals AoE damage to everyone multiple times and then inflicts sleep. So you will notice that his S1, S2, and S3 all inflict sleep. So it's a very stable sleep debuffer to actually fight the Probator as well. Then grants everyone crit damage up. So she can Yuran can give three kind of buff: damage up, attack up, and evil cleansing is for the one that amplify the damage to the target who is already on sleep, right? Then if you ascension it, he also deals defend down. So it's a very good I would not say he's a controller, it's more like a buffer. Like he's able to bring a lot of things at the table: crit damage up, attack up, sleep on enemy, defend down on enemy, evil cleansing for all ally to deal more damage to the sleep Esper as well. So it's a very good Esper, especially in PvE instantly, but for PvP, I'm not sure yet. Okay, then for R1 here will increase the S3 damage, and then for R2, this is something like Function is gonna add AP push for the S2 effect. So it depends on how many is the AP push. Is it like 10% or 20% or 25%? I assume it's 25%, so it's gonna be like the Function one. So Function R2 give AP push to everyone when he casts S3, right? But for Yuran, is when he casts S2 will give AP push to everyone as well. So R2 is good, but I don't think it's really that necessary compared to Function, because Function not just giving AP push, it also gives all kind of buff. But this R2 on Yuran is just AP push itself. It didn't give extra stuff compared to Function, right? So, but I still have to see the comparison in the PTR server. Alright, then if ability R4, if ability on cooldown, speed increase, which is good. Then for R6, for S3, gain an extra turn. So you can, with R6 Yuran, you're gonna cast S3, then instantly go into S2. So you can cast S3, you buff everyone with crit damage up first, you sleep the enemy and defend down them first, then you get a turn, you're gonna cast S2 to deal sleep to enemy again, and then give everyone attack up and evil cleansing. So he'll instantly give every kind of buff he can give to his ally instantly. Right, but at least for now, I don't think it is necessary to go for R6. And then R2, it still depends on PTR server. This is my first look feedback about Yuran. Okay, then for Daji. Daji here is gonna be very strong, especially she is one of the anomaly Esper that we can get for free. But if you want higher result, of course you're gonna buy the battle pass or maybe buy some packs for the extra summoning as well. If it's going to be the same method as the Yamato, because Yamato, if free to play player, if it depends on the luck, so maybe you can get to from 1 copy to like 3 copy, right? But if you want an R6, you're definitely gonna pay something as well. Okay, so S1 deal damage to 1 enemy based on attack, and then it also scales with speed. So the higher speed Daji have, the more damage she's able to deal. And if the target have puppet art will make Daji absorb the AP of the target. So I assume this AP absorb is like 20% or like 30%. Then for S2, deal damage to all enemy multiple times. So this is a multi-hit AoE damage, and then deals extra damage based on speed. If target have attack puppet art, attack them 1 more time. So you're gonna deal S2 2 times to everyone, right? And then you're gonna have someone on puppet art, unless the puppet art can be cleansed, or maybe immunity can be preventing the puppet art. Then that's another case. But for now, if at least 1 enemy have the puppet art, it seems like you can cast S2 2 times because it's AoE. So you're definitely gonna hit someone with a puppet art. Okay, then. There's a passive. When taking ability damage from enemy with puppet art, you counter attack the attacker. So it's like Genie, the chance Zest buff. When you attack Genie will counter attack 100%. But this one is when you take damage from the enemy with puppet art, you 100% chance counter attack the attacker, right? It didn't say a chance, it just say a counter attacks the attacker, but it still depends on the PTR server how is it gonna look like. Then the damage is a certain percentage of your damage you take and a certain percentage of Daji's attack. So the more damage you take from the one who deal puppet art damage to you, then you're gonna counter attack more damage to them because you counter attack them with a certain percentage of damage taken. Then the most important thing is here. Sujie is immune to ability effect inflicted by enemies with puppet art. So I'm thinking if, let's say, Nusi got inflicted by puppet art, then Nusi is not able to CD up Sujie, which is Daji, because your ability effect won't affect to Daji because you're on puppet art, but it's only on Daji. So the other ally will still get the CD up, but Daji won't get affected by the CD up. So this is what I think about this line of fact explaining about. Then, if an enemy makes an ally's puppet art end early, for example, you cleanse it or you transfer it, then the one who cleanse is going to inflict the puppet art on the enemy. So for example, you inflict the puppet art on Anna. Alright, you inflict the puppet art on Anna, and then maybe Jinyu Yao or like Sally or Clara, they cleanse away the puppet art, then this puppet art will transfer into them. But the thing is, I think when they are on immunity, this puppet art will not get transferred to them. So I think the counter, at least from the paper itself we are looking at now, like Clara, who can cleanse and instantly put immunity for herself, then she won't get transferred by the puppet art, then the puppet art will not transfer to Clara. I think this should be the way of countering Daji. So if you, for example, Jinyu Yao trying to cleanse the puppet art, and then Jinyu Yao doesn't have immunity on herself, then she'll get transferred the puppet art on her. Then she's not able to deal like the ability damage, and then she's forced to attack Daji as well. Okay. Then passive. You gains a certain number of funeral rites. So this funeral rite is something like the Mavis kit, because when any ally takes a damage that will kill them, then you instantly consume 1 stack of funeral rites to dispel all the debuff, and then gains a bonus turn for them. Then also postpone their death until the end of the turn. So let's say you have Daji in your team, you have instantly the stack of funeral rites, right? Then let's say you have like 3 stacks, okay? Then you kill someone, enemy kill your Gaius, then your Gaius should die. But because you have Daji in your team, the Daji use 1 stack of the funeral rites, then your Gaius won't die, but postpone the death by 1 turn, and you get a bonus turn. So you can actually force your ally to take at least 1 turn before they die. So I think this will be a very interesting synergy between Mavis and Daji, maybe, because Mavis prevent them to die, then Daji prevent them to postpone their die. So let's say you put Mavis and Daji in one team, and then someone kill your Gaius, right? Then your Gaius will instantly take one turn to prevent the die because of the funeral stack, and then your Gaius deal AoE damage, and then Gaius die. But because of Mavis is there, then Gaius go into the Graveless mode, then it will repeat, I guess, but we're gonna test it at the PTR server. Then what is Purple Art? It reduces resistance, it reduces the miss rate when taking hits, so technically making them to able to not miss when they hit you, and also reduce the damage taken. Then the one who got Purple Art will get one taunt at the start of their turn. So if you don't have the cleanse and then you have the Purple Art, you're gonna forced to hit Daji, because when you start your turn, you're gonna have a taunt, and then you are forced to hit Daji. Then when you hit Daji, you are not able to do any kind of ability effect on her, because she's immune to ability effect inflicted by enemy with Purple Art. Right, so I know it's a bit complicated here, but it is very strong. I can definitely tell you that Daji is very strong in PvP. PvE wise, I don't really think so, but PvP is definitely very strong. Then Funeral Rites, each stack increase the damage deal when an ally attack. Each stack deals extra true damage based on Daji's attack. So let's say you have like 5 stack of Funeral Rites. Let's say every stack give you 5% of damage increase of Suje's attack, and then you're gonna deal a 25% extra damage, extra true damage based on Suje's attack when your ally attack, because you see, when an ally attack, each stack increase the true damage based on Suje's attack. So I think this is also very good synergy, like Daji plus Mateo. Then when you attack someone, then it deals even more damage because of the Funeral Rites. So I think maybe PvE she's also have a position if this Funeral Rites buff is working as what I'm thinking now. Okay, then the Resonance. Resonance R2, a new effect will added to the S3 effect. When an ally consumes Funeral Rites stacks, counter attack the attacker with Bewitching spell. So, which means one of your teammates die, they'll consume your Funeral Rites, right? Your Funeral Rites will postpone the death, and then because of your R2 effect, it will trigger this counter attack to the attacker with Bewitching spell. So Bewitching spell is the S3, so Daji is going to cast S3 on the enemy, which is going to dispel all their buff and also inflict Puppet Art for 2 turns, which is very disgusting, because you kill Daji's teammate, Daji will postpone their death, and then Daji will cast S3 on you, then you're going to get Puppet Art. Right, so it is very, it's like a snowball thing. If you don't kill Daji, you kill the other ally, then Daji will postpone their death, and then they will put more Puppet Art in your team, and then the more Puppet Art in your team, the more disgusting in your team. Right, because you don't have resist, you reduce the resist, you don't have the miss rate up, you're gonna reduce the damage taken, all those stuff, right? Then the most important thing is R6. This one, R6, your Bewitching spell, which is your S3, is gonna inflict Puppet Art on all enemy. So instead of just one enemy, you're gonna inflict Puppet Art for everyone. 5 of them gonna get a Puppet Art. This is insane. And the most important thing is here. When Suje takes a lethal damage, which is Suje is gonna die, she can consume 3 stacks of Funeral Rites to consume all stack when if she have 1 stack, then will consume all stack to dispel her debuff and recover HP to 100% max HP and gain a bonus turn. This thing, R6 here, is technically Anna. Like Anna die, when Anna have the seed, Anna will revive, right? Dispel all debuff, and then she's gonna revive to 50% of her max HP and then gain the bonus turn, then she can repeat. That's how Anna works. That's why Anna is so broken. But Daji here, if you're R6 or Daji is gonna when she dies, she's gonna consume 3 stacks of the Funeral Rites and then instantly recover back to 100% max HP and then gain a bonus turn. So technically R6 Daji is gonna be Anna, but the thing is Anna can get more seed stack and Daji doesn't seem to able to get more Funeral Rites, because it only get the certain number of Funeral Rites at the start of the turn because it's the passive. But if you see in her S1, S2 and S3, there's no way to get more Funeral Rites, so it's limited. So let's say Daji have 9 stack of funeral rites, and then you don't want to kill her ally, right? Because you don't want them to postpone the death. So you try to kill Daji, but Daji is able to revive 3 times because there's 3 stack of funeral rites, and that, yeah, just is crazy. R6 Daji is definitely one of the PvP meta, I would say, but R2 is also very strong enough, very strong. R6 will definitely make Daji become a Anna. Then you can only get her from the Celestial Anomaly is on, and then will be added to Echo after the event has been closed for some time. But I will highly suggest you guys get her if you really love her, because like Yamato, yeah, Yamato is not at the Echo anytime soon. You don't even see Yamato in Echo pool as well. Alright, so for the Epic Esper, I'll just skip for now. Then Anomaly S1 unlock. Technically, there's 4 boss. Then so the 4 boss will be Kronos, Apep, Fafnir, and Andras. Each lasting for 20 day. 20 day is 1 patch, right? So technically 4 patch for 1 season. Because Kronos, then Apep, then Fafnir, then Andras. 4 boss. Then challenge boss instant to obtain reward, including the secret shards. Then the season 1 pass, the test data chip, and memory dust. Technically is what you need to get more talent tree, the one that you can craft your own flawless equipment, the one that you can summon Daji, right? So there's also ranking rewards based on division and world ranking as well. Then there's also a server progress, which is pretty interesting. I want to see what is that. Then when the server progress reaches 100%, the corresponding instant mural and story will be unlocked. So I am also looking forward what is this. Then the Fox Fairy Promise technically is the Daji summon thing, which you can get more keepsake from it, right? Then there's a lot of way to get the season pass EXP, and then technically there's a lot of freebies there, and also there's a lot of even juicier reward from the pay to win pass. But yeah, then event backtrack will be unlocked for Leora and Ollie, so we have more ways to, more Esper's previous story we can actually take a look now, because previously they unlocked like Javid 1, Abigail 1, Yunchon 1, but now they're gonna unlock more, which is Leora and Ollie 1. Then for Farewell Fireworks, technically it's the trial thing, what we have, right? So I'm gonna make the trial free to play thing as well, so no worries. Then Boom Gacha is what we have. Helium Box is what we also have. I noticed that they keep coming back the Golden City Challenge. So I think Golden City Challenge will be a very consistent thing now, consistent content in the game now. Then for the next rate up banner will be Yuran, Leora, and Ollie. So technically these are the Esper for the Chronos. Leora and Ollie is the meta Esper for Chronos, clearing Chronos. And then maybe Yuran is useful in the Anomaly Chronos, who knows, because maybe they add a new kit, the Chronos can be sleep, then you need Yuran, right? Okay, about the knockout changes, there's a few good things and there's also a few bad things. So the first one, trials will be introduced to knockout mode. So basically you are able to test out different team comp from your previous trial results. So let's say you keep losing to a certain team in knockout, then now you are actually able to test out or demo a team that the enemy team you lose before to find out a way to actually win them. Okay, but the bad thing I think is the sign up condition for knockout will be changed from reaching point 111 to reaching beat bout 3000 point. 3000 point for current beat bout is so hard. Like there's barely not many player reach 3000 beat bout point to actually unlock knockout. So I think 3000 is too much to actually just unlock the knockout function. So I think maybe they should tune it to like 2000 or 2500. But yeah, I'll try to feedback this part to them and see what is their response. But I think 3000 beat bout point is too much for other players to actually unlock the knockout, or there's like I'm pretty sure there's a lot of player who is not able to unlock the knockout because they are not able to reach 3000 of the beat bout points. Okay, then you're gonna change the insignia in knockout to improve. Maybe it's gonna be more nicer, and then knockout will no longer be a weekly base. It's gonna be a daily base. So last time, every 7 days, they're gonna tally one time and then give out all the reward, right? But for now, they're gonna make it daily. So it's like gonna be the big bout every time they tally, they're gonna give out Nexus Crystal. Then for knockout, maybe they're gonna give out Shimmer Shards, right? Okay, then now we can turn off the ultimate animation, which is a lot of players have been asking for this like years ago, right? But finally they're gonna add it because CN player actually complained this a lot. So yeah, so actually a lot of things that CN player complain, they actually change it, right? Maybe you can maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I've been seeing, like, because they didn't change this thing previously when in global, but when it's CN they mentioned about this, then you can see they already changed the ultimate animation battle setting thing. Alright, as per list optimization, blah blah blah, system optimization, I think this will be the UI there, so we're gonna see at the PTR server. Then Miramon's formation for some spatial tower have been adjusted, so there's nothing for us because we already passed the spatial tower. And then the preparation room has been changed to clearing chapter 11-16. So technically they are trying to make the newbie player or the other player to actually clear the story mode first before you are able to access all kind of other quality of life changes. Then we also have a quick unequip, which is very good. Okay, then some pay to win packs changes as well, so this is not very important, but that's all for the update here. I think the most concerned part for everyone will be the Chronos, because I believe a lot of you didn't reach about 3000 point, right? So I would like to hear some of the comment from you guys. Feel free to comment down. How do you think about these changes of the knockout unlock function? So if I have to stand on the perspective of the Lilith, like why they're gonna add a 3000 bebop points to unlock knockout. So because knockout we are required to have a lot of the team, right? We need a lot of Esper rival runes to be maxed out to actually compete in knockout. But most of the players who already unlocked knockout, they don't really have the enough resources to fight in knockout, because knockout needs like 2 to 5 teams. They doesn't have the enough resources to fight in knockout. So in order to actually let you unlock the knockout, they're gonna make the beat bout point to be one of the requirement. So at least you actually compete in beat bout already. You reach 3000 point already, which means you have a decently enough Esper with the rival runes, so you are only able to fight in knockout. So I think this is their mindset, or what they are thinking, to actually try to make the player who are trying to play in knockout complain about they doesn't have enough team. But because in the way you reach beat bout 3000 point, you kind of have a decent Esper to fight in knockout already. So I think that's why they make this threshold here to actually limit player who cannot access the knockout yet. But I think because of these changes, a lot of players who doesn't reach 3000 beat bout point are not able to access knockout, and they are not able to get the free Shimmer record weekly, but they change it daily. But yeah, so I think this is the main concern. So feel free to comment down, how do you think about these changes? Like, are you above 3000 bebop point? Is 3000 too much in your own opinion? Right, I want to hear some comment, then maybe I'll do some feedback to the dev team to see what are they going to talk about it, right? So hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm sorry about my voice because of my throat, right? Yeah, having a sore throat here, so my voice is slightly different, right? So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.